In Islam, wealth and money are not viewed as inherently evil or something to be completely renounced. Instead, they are considered a trust from God, Allah, and a test. Their role is multifaceted, encompassing personal, social, and spiritual dimensions. The ultimate question in Islam is not if you have wealth, but how you earned it and how you spend it. Here is a detailed breakdown of the role of wealth in Islam. 1. Wealth as a test and a trust from God, Amanah. The primary Islamic perspective on wealth is that it is a trial from God. A person will be held accountable for it on the Day of Judgment. A test in abundance. Will you be grateful and use it in ways pleasing to God? A test in scarcity. Will you be patient and trust in God's plan? Your wealth and your children are but a trial, and Allah has with him a great reward. Quran 64-15. This concept means wealth does not truly belong to us. We are merely its custodians. We are given temporary possession to manage it according to God's guidelines. 2. Wealth as a means to facilitate a balanced life. Islam is a practical religion that recognizes the needs of the material world. Wealth is a tool to secure a dignified life, providing for oneself and family. It is an obligation to earn a lawful livelihood to provide food, shelter, clothing, and education for oneself and one's dependents. The Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, said, "It is a sin for a person to hold back the sustenance of one whose sustenance he is responsible for." Enjoying the permissible blessings, Muslims are encouraged to enjoy the lawful bounties of God. Say, who has forbidden the adornment of Allah which he has produced for his servants and the good, lawful, things of provision. Quran 7:32. 3. The spiritual and social dimension. Wealth has rights of others. This is the most critical aspect that differentiates the Islamic economic view. Wealth is not for hoarding, it has social obligations. Zakat, obligatory alms, this is the third pillar of Islam. It is not charity but a compulsory purifying tax, 2.5% of saved wealth annually, on every qualifying Muslim. Its purpose is to purify the giver's wealth and soul. It cleanses wealth from greed and the soul from miserliness. Redistribute wealth. It systematically circulates wealth in society, preventing it from being hoarded among the rich. Support the needy. The Quran specifies 8 categories of recipients, including the poor, the needy, those in debt, and travelers. Quran 9-60, Sadaqah, voluntary charity. Beyond zakat, Muslims are highly encouraged to give voluntary charity. This is a vast field of kindness that can be monetary, through a good deed, or even a smile. The Prophet, PBUH, said, "Charity extinguishes sin as water extinguishes fire." 4. The moral guidelines for earning and spending. Islam provides clear rules for the acquisition and use of wealth. In earning wealth, it must be halal, lawful. Earning through means that are forbidden, haram, is a major sin. This includes interest, usury, riba, gambling, maisir, deception, fraud, and stealing. Selling forbidden products, e.g., alcohol, pork. It should be through honest work. Work and trade are considered honorable acts of worship. In spending wealth, avoid extravagance and waste, israf. Muslims are commanded to be moderate. Indeed, the wasteful are brothers of the devils. Quran 17:27. Avoid miserliness, bukhel. Hoarding wealth and refusing to spend on rightful obligations is condemned. Spend on what is good. Money should be spent on lawful things that benefit oneself, one's family, and society. Spending to show off is discouraged. 5. What wealth is not in Islam? A measure of God's love. Worldly wealth is not a sign of God's pleasure, nor is poverty a sign of His displeasure. The real success is in the hereafter. An end in itself. The ultimate goal of a Muslim is the pleasure of God and paradise. Wealth is merely a vehicle, not the destination. The Quran warns, "Your wealth and your children are only a trial, and Allah has with him a great reward." Quran 64-15, a license for arrogance. Wealth should cultivate gratitude and humility, not pride and a sense of superiority over others. Summary. The balanced view. The role of wealth in Islam can be summarized as follows. Source: it must be earned through lawful, halal, means. Purpose: it is a trust from God to be managed responsibly. Usage: it should be spent in a balanced way, providing for one's needs, enjoying permissible pleasures, and fulfilling the rights of others, family, community, the poor. Purification. Zakat and Sadaqah are the mechanisms to purify wealth and ensure social justice. Goal. The ultimate goal is not accumulation, but to use wealth as a means to achieve God's pleasure and success in the hereafter. In essence, wealth is a neutral force that can be a great blessing if used correctly, or a terrible curse if it leads to disobedience, arrogance, and neglect of one's duties to God and society.